Barcelona, Real Madrid. One was superb. One was great. The other one had to resource back to what it's typically known for: late games penalties to save the 3 point. Welcome to the recap. So, Barcelona, Mallorca. Barcelona won a game against Mallorca where Barcelona was the better team. There was questionable calls from the referee. That doesn't mean it favored Barcelona. Barcelona were dominating regardless. Like that questionable call where the ball hit his head or the player tried to header the ball. It's something that you normally would stop the play for.
Lamine Yamal took a pretty good shot at goal, and the defender did try to clear it out with his head. And he immediately just dropped to the floor, which should raise some eyebrows. The referee did put the whistle to his mouth. It looked like he was about to blow the whistle. The players stopped moving. He sees Barcelona keep the ball, and he's like, "We might score here, so let's let it keep going." And
We.
then, yeah, he's on Barca's payroll.
But regardless, even though with that, Barcelona were dominating, Barcelona were on top already.
You didn't see Lamine Yamal go out of bounds, and then they crossed the ball in for a goal.
But it wasn't out of bounds. They played it multiple times and it was in.
He was out of bounds. The
The
referee's
ball
right
or
there.
him?
No, the ball.
The ball has to be fully out. And that ball was not fully out. It was in.
About Rafinha impersonating his legend Pepe with that clean tackle on ball.
That one was iffy. That one was iffy. That's something that Rafinha shouldn't have done because you're up the players, you're winning. That's something you don't need to do. If they would have given him a red card, I would have been okay with that. But they gave him a yellow. Could it have been a red card? Yes. But that's more on Rafinha's mentality. Like you got to be more focused on the game.
That was a clear bonehead tackle on Rafinha's part, and I would have given it a red card, but I'm not gonna
Of course you
fight.
would have.
I'm not gonna fight for Mallorca's red cards. Those were also red cards in my opinion, but Rafinha's got to go also.
Like I said, if they would have given him a red card, I would have been okay with that. But now let's go into Real Madrid versus Osuna. I saw a Real Madrid that was brave. I saw a Real Madrid that had more possession than I've ever seen. But I saw a Real Madrid that was playing very lateral. One was because of Osuna's low block. But two, I felt that midfield has no creativity.
Osasuna was playing a very low block. You see about 9, sometimes 10 players in that box. It's real hard to, pick a pass through there, get the wrong goal. I understand why it was a low scoring game, but Madrid's got to do better. We have very talented players. I believe in Mbappe, a Arda Güler, players of this caliber, Dean Housen can pick apart a defense, which Arda Güler ghosted along with Brahim. And it just wasn't a great game. I'm happy that they came away with 3 points, but they were damn near mediocre.
This is why a lot of times we as fans say the Prem is a better league. In the Prem, it doesn't matter if you're last place versus first place, you're going at it, you're trying to score. Sasuna was there to survive. You have a Real Madrid that a lot of delusional fans have high expectations for this team. And you see this game and you're kind of like, well, that's not what I've been hearing and that's not what I've been promised.
A lot of it had to do with Brahim starting. Jude Bellingham is recovering from surgery. New players coming in, like Dean Housen, Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're getting settled into this team. They're trying to find their place, figure out how to contribute to winning. And you got a Vinny. He's been out of it since losing that Ballon d'Or. And in my opinion,
That's crazy.
he needs to be benched. You got Mbappe just absolutely cooking, and nobody else is moving, nobody else is getting out of position, drawing a man away from them.
I honestly saw Mbappe really quick. He looked slim. He looked good. He was trying things that make you think he's confident again. Some fault was Carrera because he was in there the whole time with Vinicius. You got to give him some space to try to do something. But I also understand Carrera that when you see Vinicius not trying to dribble, you're going to go and try to do an outlet or try to help him out. Also, I believe that in 2 months, once Carvajal is fully fit, TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold, will be a substitute player.
I don't believe anybody in this team is a guaranteed starter, aside maybe Mbappe, because he can guarantee you a goal at any time. When Vinicius is just staying out there on the left side, not moving, not making a run, not coming in, around the 10 position, trying to get into the striker position, it allows defenders to double and triple team Mbappe because ain't nobody gonna move, ain't nobody gonna go into the box. So Vinny has been a one trick pony lately. He's becoming very predictable.
What do you think of Madrid's attempt of their own Lamine Yamal, Franco Mastantuono?
You can't really judge him because he didn't play a whole lot of minutes. Osasuna was playing very low. I didn't expect to see much out of anyone. He's very promising, but we got to chill out. He's just a kid. He's getting used to a new
Right.
league. He's out of his country. He's out of his comfort zone. So you just gotta hope he settles in and proves that he's worth what Madrid thinks he is.
You got to give him some time. You got to give him maybe a year, 6 months to a year to settle in, get confident. It feels like Xavi Alonso has a lot of confidence in him and wants to play him. He was the first sub. When Jude Bellingham comes back, it's going to be interesting battle to see where Mastantuono, where Arda play. You're not going to put Arda before Jude Bellingham in your lineup, so it's going to be interesting. But at least Madrid in the middle have two potential players that can become good or great. But Manny, any last words before we bounce, man?
I just hope, Xabi Alonso takes a deep look at Vinny. I don't understand why Xabi Alonso set on starting him every single game. You understand Vinny's a superstar. He sells jerseys. He gets people talking on social media. At the end of the day, you're here to win games. You got to try something because Vinny's just not working.
No, give me 30 mil or else I don't play.
If
Vinicius
that's what
Jr.
he said, I'm shipping him straight to Saudi.
Hopefully you enjoy this episode. If you do, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to send this to anybody. I mean, anybody with some football knowledge or zero football knowledge. See you here next video.